Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, well, we're going where few podcasts dare to go,
Oh, where's that?
into the surprisingly fascinating world of animal fat.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
You might be thinking, hold on, isn't this usually dealt with, well, discreetly? And you're right, it's not exactly a glamorous topic. But trust me, once you see how this connects to sustainability and resource management, you'll understand why this deep dive was a must.
What's really captivating here is how something often discarded as waste can actually be a valuable resource.
Exactly. You're going to unpack all of that with insights from GreenFlow Environmental Solutions, a company on the front lines of this whole animal fat waste challenge. And get this, they're not just talking about disposal. They're finding innovative ways to turn this stuff into a valuable resource.
It's a perfect example of a shift in thinking we're seeing more and more, moving away from simply seeing waste as a problem and instead recognizing its potential to be something valuable.
You're speaking my language.
Yeah.
So what's GreenFlow's secret sauce? What are they actually doing with this animal fat?
They specialize in eco-friendly disposal and recycling of animal fat, mainly working with meat processors and food manufacturers. What makes them interesting is their emphasis on tailored waste solutions. They understand that a one-size-fits-all approach just won't cut it. Every business is different, with unique needs and challenges.
Okay, let's break down these tailored solutions. What does that actually look like on the ground?
Imagine you're a restaurant owner, right? GreenFlow would start with a comprehensive waste assessment, figuring out how much animal fat waste you produce and what kind.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's say you mostly have used cooking oil. They would then devise a custom plan, potentially to transform that oil into biodiesel. It's not just about picking it up and saying, good riddance. They're thinking about the most sustainable disposal methods, whether they're opportunities for recycling or repurposing, and making sure everything aligns with environmental regulations.
So it's like having a waste management consultant right there with you, holding your hand through the whole process.
Exactly. And importantly, GreenFlow is very transparent about how they operate. They use advanced technologies for eco-friendly processing. We're talking high-tech systems that break down the fat molecules, making them easier to transform into usable resources. They also provide full compliance documentation, which is essential for businesses operating in a highly regulated industry like food processing.
Right, because this paperwork assures everyone that the waste is handled safely and legally, which is crucial for public health. Speaking of transparency, our listeners can actually see this firsthand. We've included a link to GreenFlow's FAQ section in our source materials. It's like getting a sneak peek behind the curtain, seeing how they address common questions and concerns.
It's a great example of how they build trust and demonstrate their commitment to being open about their practices.
I love that. But let's be real, turning animal fat waste into a resource sounds amazing. But is it actually realistic for businesses, bottom line-wise? Is it cost-effective?
That's the question everyone's asking, right? And it's
Yeah.
one that GreenFlow addresses directly. They highlight cost savings as a key benefit of their services, emphasizing cost-efficient operations alongside their sustainability efforts.
So they're proving you don't have to choose between being green and being profitable.
Right.
You can actually achieve both.
It seems so. They're challenging that misconception that going green has to be expensive, demonstrating that with the right approach, sustainability can be a win-win for both businesses and the environment.
Talk about putting your money where your mouth is. Speaking of going above and beyond, I was intrigued by GreenFlow's partnership with One Tree Planted. What's the story there?
Oh, yeah, that's a cool initiative. For every service they provide, GreenFlow plants a tree through One Tree Planted. It's a nonprofit focused on global reforestation.
That's amazing. It's a tangible way to give back and make a positive environmental impact, beyond just their core business. But let's get real for a second. This is still animal fat we're talking about.
Yeah.
Are there any downsides? I mean, no solution is perfect, right?
You're spot on. It's crucial to approach any new solution with, a healthy dose of skepticism. While these particular sources don't really delve into potential drawbacks, it's always wise to, seek out information from a variety of sources. Do your own research.
Yeah, you've got a point there, even with potential challenges. The fact that companies like GreenFlow are tackling this issue head-on, and finding innovative solutions, it's a step in the right direction, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a great sign. But yeah, you're right to highlight the need for independent verification, Keep a critical eye. Informed consumers are key to driving positive change.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about how GreenFlow operates, but let's zoom out for a second. What does this all mean in the bigger picture? What are the broader implications of finding ways to sustainably manage animal fat waste.
It's about tackling a significant environmental concern. Think about it. If animal fat isn't disposed of properly, it can contaminate water sources, release harmful greenhouse gases, the ones contributing to climate change, and even attract pests. Finding sustainable solutions directly mitigates these risks.
It's like we're taking something that was considered a liability and turning it into an asset, and a valuable one at that.
Precisely. And that ties directly into the economic implications we were discussing earlier. By finding ways to recycle and repurpose animal fat, we're creating new revenue streams, reducing waste disposal costs, and even potentially driving innovation in other industries.
It's like that saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Or in this case, one industry's waste is another industry's gold mine.
Exactly. What's fascinating is that animal fat can be used in a surprisingly wide range of applications. We're talking about everything from biodiesel production. Yeah, your car could be powered by repurposed animal fat, to cosmetics, to animal feed.
Wait, are you saying my lipstick could contain repurposed animal fat?
Yeah.
That's both amazing and a little strange to think about.
It's true, and it highlights how we're not just talking about making the food industry more sustainable, but potentially creating a ripple effect across multiple sectors.
Wow, this is blowing my mind. We're talking about a potential revolution in how we view and manage waste. It really underscores the power of innovative solutions to create a more sustainable and circular economy.
And it all starts with changing how we think about something as basic as animal fat.
This has been eye-opening. It feels like,
Okay.
I don't know, we've only just scratched the surface of this topic.
Yeah. There's always more to explore, but if there's one key takeaway I hope our listeners walk away with, it's that sustainability, well, it isn't just about reducing our, negative impact. It's about actively seeking out opportunities to create positive change, even in places we might not expect.
Well said. And sometimes those opportunities, right? They can be found in the most unexpected places, like, well, animal fat waste. Who knew? This could be so fascinating.
It's a great reminder that innovation can pop up in the most, unexpected corners of our world, even in areas we might consider, shall we say, a bit messy. There's often hidden value waiting to be unlocked, if we're willing to look for it.
Absolutely. Big thanks to our expert for guiding us through this fascinating deep dive.
My pleasure. Yeah, it was great to dig into this with you.
And to our listeners, thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into a topic that's sure to surprise and inspire. Until then, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep an open mind. You never know what you might discover.